Okay, we are live. We are Charging Badgers. My name is Ryan.
And I am Brian.
And we're going to do what is probably going to be our last Modern Masters draft. I believe next week it goes to Holiday Cube.
Yeah. Wednesday.
Starting this Wednesday, so next Monday, we should be doing some Holiday Cube. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this queue so that we can get in here and get started on approximately on time. Lots going on. So Holiday Cube, I think we're in like a 2-week stretch here where there's going to be Holiday Cube, and there might be another throwback draft coming up. Modern Masters goes away relatively soon. It might even be this week. Magic Origins launches, pre-release events are this weekend for Wizards. I'm going to be attending one in Madison. I think Brian's still up in the air.
Yep.
So I'll be doing one on Saturday in Madison, and then it releases online in a couple weeks. So we'll switch over to that in a couple weeks. We'll probably do at least 1 week of Holiday Cube. If it's around for 2 weeks, we'll probably do 2 weeks of it because it's a lot of fun, and it's, the format. Until you get sick of losing on turn 3, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Or in my case, when you get sick of winning on turn 3.
Well, of course, but yes. They did take out Time Vault, which was my big gripe from last time they did Holiday Cube. I just lost way too many games of people going turn 2 Time Vault, just natural right off, like no tutoring, nothing. Just they had it, and it just is not fun. So I'm super glad they took out Time Vault. There's enough busted things to do without having a two card combo that's relatively easy to put together. So,
and it just got it got to be one of those positions where I hate it when there's just a correct pick.
Yep.
And it was always correct to take the Time Vault.
Yep.
Unless it was like the last pack, because it's just like, well, even if I can't get Key, which would always be the best, you could. There's like
Ralph Zarek. There were two, or Tezzeret, Ralph Zarek. There were, I think, 3 or 4 cards that allowed you to do it. And yeah.
I'm glad they got rid of that.
There's enough, like I said, there's enough busted things to do that you didn't need that.
All right,
here we go. We're gonna try. Hopefully, we can do something different.
Karn.
It's really my most desired
I want
thing.
Karn.
Okay, Karn's fine. We can play Karn in any deck. But I'd like to play something different than what we've done. But we'll see. We'll draft what's open.
Yeah.
Noble Hierarch is going to get slammed.
Yeah. There's some. Palakarum is a good card. Arrest is a good card.
I'm going to try to set this up a little different.
Okay.
I'm going to just see if I can get the preview pane up because I like doing this and I always forget to do it.
Yep.
And this way it lets our viewers see the card a little better. So I'm going to just double check, but I do believe this is like a 10-ticket card. Noble Hierarch is 8. I know Splinter Twin is also like in the 3 to 4 range, and the foil is kind of cool. But foils aren't worth that much because there's no redemption, and Hierarch is worth more than the pack. So not only that, Hierarch is actually like turn 1 ramp in this format is actually very good. I don't think it's better than Palakaworm or maybe even Burst Lightning, but it's not like you're taking a Fulminator Mage,
Right.
Like if you're in green, you're gonna run this card, and on turn 1, it's very good. Missing out.
If we want to be green, though, we're gonna have to cut hard because sending a Palakaworm is a big incentive to be green.
So this would be another ticket pick. Obviously, Splinter Twin is a very popular deck. I gotta make sure I can see the clock, but we have it highlighted. I'm just gonna grab this now. Artisan Kozilek, Palakaworm, Arrest. Pretty good pack overall.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't have to worry about rare drafting this time, so we can just take what we think is the best card. So I'm going to highlight a few. Brian, you think about what you want to talk about. Mearsmith is great in the Affinity deck, especially if you can go close to or mono white. I actually think it's one of the cards that makes the deck go. Scion of the Wild is very good in the Tokens deck, which we have talked about before. And beyond that, the rest of these are...
Vengeful Rebirth.
Vengeful Rebirth is another card worth pointing out. Typically like to get it a little later, but it is very powerful in this format.
I'd take Vengeful Rebirth here.
You think
not
it's
close.
Not close?
Yeah. I don't think Mearsmith is all that great.
I think it is. I've seen a couple mono-white decks get drafted that are Affinity with like Glinthawk Idols, Flare Husks, and it's actually, I think it's a really good deck in the format. It's really hard to get, and I really think it relies on Mearsmith a lot.
I'm so sick of Affinity.
I understand.
Okay.
We're probably going to run into it again. So
no, I'm sure we are, but...
we'll take the Rebirth. I actually think it's a fine pick, so we'll see where we go. So,
spicy.
We got some things here. So we have... I will again... So let's just stick with this strategy. I'll point out cards, and you can think about how you'd rate them. All Sun's Dawn goes in the 5-color green deck, which is not necessarily where we have to go, but certainly our first 2 cards would play along with that strategy. Skyreach Manta goes in that deck as well, but I don't think you want to take it necessarily right now. Crusher is a ramp card for that deck, though, again, you want to be a little more rampy. I'm not sure about the Crusher right now, but there is this Bauble, too, which is fixing, which can get us any of our colors, cast your Rebirth, etc. So, Brian, what do you want to do for commentary
Bauble,
here?
Dawn would be my first 2.
Okay.
And then Dragon's Soul Knight being a third, and then Skyreach Manta, we have 8 seconds. Then.
Yep, I am aware. So I actually agree with the Bauble here. If we're going to try to do this, I actually think this is more important. And maybe we can wield the All Sun's Dawn or the Manta. Yeah. Maybe the Dragon Soul Knight as well. Okay, so I'll again do this. We'll do the same thing here. So for our specific deck, I'm not seeing too much.
Nope.
Good other cards are Shadow Mage Infiltrator, but this is I've never really seen a black-blue control deck or sort of proliferate deck. At this point, I don't think it's worth going into. This is a very interesting card in the format, Reassembling Skeleton. I have not played with it yet. It works well in the black Sacrifice deck, works well with Bloodthorn Vampire. It's actually like a very high pick in that deck because Bloodthorn Vampire plus it lets you pump a whole bunch of times and make a big dude. Beyond that, in green, these are both sideboard cards pretty much. This is an okay affinity card. Vapor Snag is okay. Slinger goes in the Bloodthirst deck. We're at 10 seconds. What do you like?
I don't know. Slinger or I don't know. Just pick something.
I'm going to take a skeleton. Maybe we can go black.
Yeah,
I don't
like that.
Wow, this is
that is a super late Argentum fix. I'm thinking that I think we could just take the Sphinx.
Correct. If we're going to try to do like a 5-color deck, we can probably try to run this anyways. Maybe we can end up in blue, green, or something. I also see, and this is a 4 for a 4/3 flyer. Even if we don't have Metalcraft, is really good.
I also see a Thief of Hope and a Kami the Ancient Law here. If Spirits is open, I love the Spirits deck, but we all know that.
Yep. I like the Sphinx here. We're gonna try to stay open and see where we go. Hierarch taps for blue, so again maybe we can go like blue green. Try Graft or something like that, depending on where we are. Maybe the Squirter wheels, the Helium Squirter here. So we're gonna go ahead and take the Sphinx. This is very late in the Infinity. Infinity is wide open. So
yeah. Ooh, I love the Outcasts. Maybe blue black is just something that we do, even if it's not a synergy deck. Outcast is fantastic.
So it is by far the best card in this deck. Or in this pack. This is the Vampire Outcast here. We've played with this before. Anytime you can turn on the Bloodthirst for it, it's just like a 4/4 lifelinker is just super good in general. Very good in this format. And I think we should just stick with the best card until we figure out.
Yeah, it's too bad I think this is okay.
Yep. Things we might look to wield, like a Rusalka if we end up in the black, the Sacrifice deck. Yeah, let's see. Maybe that Shadow Mage Infiltrator will wheel.
Wow, Sunlands is still here too. That seems like I feel like Spirits is super open right now. Ooh, but there's another Bauble here. Huh.
My first instinct was to go Bauble again.
Yeah,
and see what we can.
Yeah.
Baubles. Even if we end up like blue black, we can run 16 lands and 2 Baubles.
Sure,
and fix mana that way.
Yeah, and maybe we could pick up something we're splashing.
None of these go in a specific deck.
Changelings tends to be.
I feel like you can get. I feel like you can get those.
Yeah. No, I'm just seeing the
Sunlands. I think is the best card. Yeah, but I think this is.
Yep,
I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
this is what I want to take.
Wow, Glinthawk Idol is really good in the Affinity deck.
It is.
Otherwise, if we're still trying to be a bunch of colors, Sylvan Bounty fixes us. I don't know. I hate the Affinity deck so much, but if it's just open,
I think we passed enough Affinity that I don't think it's going to be. I don't think anything's going to wheel because the signals were just Dispatch and what else.
Yep.
Let's take this.
Sure.
If I'm running a 5-color deck, I pretty much always want one.
Yeah.
And we'll see where we go.
Yeah.
Foil Splitter Twin Wheel. That's awesome.
There's a. Yeah, I see Tribal Flames if we're going 5-color, or Artisan of Kozilek if we're going more of a rampish control strategy.
I
don't think we want the bounty here.
I don't think we want the bounty. And I think I don't know if I want this either. So
Okay.
we're at Flames or just take the Splinter Twin for cash.
Flames.
Okay, I'll let you have it. Somebody's gonna be happy with that.
Yeah. Salka. We already have a reassembling skeleton.
Yep, we'll take Rusalka here. It actually, I mean, we're still pretty much wide open here.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna just be open going into pack 2.
Yep.
I don't think any of these other cards are they're sideboard ish.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I love
not
having a
liable.
smash, but okay.
Manta.
Yeah, probably Manta go 5 color, or else we go Ulamog's Crusher and do 2 color control, like black.
I like the Manta here.
Okay.
I think it's a really good
Sure.
signal.
Sure. Yeah, I think so too. And that Tribal Flames made me really happy too. Plummet for the sideboard.
Yep. Move that to the board right away.
Strider's not a bad card.
Both of these are actually
Yeah,
decent.
yeah.
What are we looking like here? I'm gonna take the Slaughtermaster. I've seen this guy do work, and he actually sets up the Outcast okay
Sure.
too. If we end up like Jund.
Yeah. Hierarch is a great card for the 5 color deck.
It is.
One card hitting, 2 additional colors. That's pretty nice.
So someone took Dragon Soul Knight over Skyrage Manta, which I guess
I
is fine.
agree with that pick. Whoa, Bitter Blossom.
Yes, we were taking Bitter Blossom.
Wow.
So that's
Yeah.
6 tickets. So
We can wheel that Tribal Flames if we still think we're 5 color.
Bitter Blossom. We'll go over this in a second. Let me just
Yeah.
look at what we're missing. Okay, Waxman Baku. I think Brian and I both really love this card. It makes a 1/1 black flying fairy at the start of your upkeep, and you lose a life. So it drains you for 1, but you get so much value off the 1/1.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think we're incentivized to be black, maybe even go green, black tokens, and maybe go away from the 5 color. We'll see how things end up.
Yeah.
But not only is it worth a few tickets, but it's super powerful. On turn 2, it's just it's not unbeatable, but it is very powerful. And now cards like Bone Splinters will go up in our pick order. And some of the other like Bloodthorn Vampire and things like that.
Yeah.
So we're just going to slam this and be super happy.
Wow,
And that is
Prequid
a
Liege,
great
fantastic.
card. So we're in. I think we're going to be looking to really go black green tokens now.
Yep.
After these 2 picks, so now we have a turn 2 card that makes a creature each turn, and now we have a turn 4-drop that makes a creature each turn and pumps our black and green creatures.
Yeah. Wow.
So you can read it on the screen there. I actually think this card's potentially more powerful than Bitter Blossom in the format.
I think so,
If
too.
it lives 1 turn, like it's really hard to lose.
Yeah. Wow, that's great.
So loving these first 2 picks here.
Yeah.
And this is actually a pretty good pack. Hulk is playable. Mortar Pod's playable. Like pickable at this point.
Yep.
Narcolepsy's pickable right now.
Grim
Affliction's pickable right now.
Yeah.
Lacerator's great in Bloodthirst. This is good in Bloodthirst. I don't think there's a single dead card in this pack. So
I think we should try and steer towards black green, but then hedge into red.
like
The
this.
stuff with a lightning bolt, or there's also a bobble here.
No, I don't think we want.
a
I don't
third
think we
bobble.
want a third bobble. All right. So
But yeah, lightning bolts.
do you think we can do the 3? You think we can do 3 color?
We already have 2 Wayfarer's bobbles.
So let's look at this pack real
Mhm.
quick. So if we were 5 color, this would be a nice pick. So would the bolt. Although for 5 color bolt, would probably get picked over Growth Chamber.
Yeah.
I don't think we want the 3rd bobble, so we can rule that out.
Mhm.
Everything through here is no good. Bat's like mediocre in our deck. It's okay
Mm-hmm.
in black green tokens. This is too heavy in black.
Yep.
I think to be in black.
Yep.
Green sacrifice. So splash bolt potentially.
We already have two fixings and a bounty, which is a 3rd thing of fixing.
All right, I think it's the best card in the pack. We'll see.
Yeah, if we don't end up red.
We may
So
not run it.
I was trying to say is, let's try to be black green, but if we're unsure, look to go
Sure.
red as well.
I'm-
Deathmark for the sideboard. Oh no, go very Rothfarm.
I like the Rothfarm
Yeah,
here.
absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Helps with fixing. It's
Mhm.
2 of our. It's going to be our 2 primary colors. Deathmark maybe will wheel, which would be great. Other cards that could potentially wheel Sign and Blood.
I just realized I've
Rothfarm's
played this
okay.
format a lot, and I don't think I've ever been hit with a Deathmark, which is
We
weird.
played it against people, but I know.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't think I've ever been hit by it. Wow, Lodestone Golem's great.
Is it a card we want?
Yeah,
You think
absolutely.
so?
Yep, every deck wants it.
Every deck wants
Every deck wants Lodestone Column.
second. So who if? All right. So this is which pick? Where this is the fourth pick. Like we patched past Affinity left, including a dispatch. So if someone to our left is an Affinity, I don't know who is then. Evolving Wilds. Do you just love the gold Lodestone?
I love the Lodestone Golem. Yeah. So it's a 5/3 for 5/3 for 4, which is a fine creature and then its effect is usually equivalent.
Okay.
And you are the kind of deck that wants to be slowing down the game when you're the one who just played a 5/3.
So I think we'll take our first Bone Splinters
absolutely.
here over Rampant Growth. It works really well with a lot of our deck.
Yep.
It's on the colors we want to be. So we will go ahead and take that. If this was not here, I would either take Basilica or probably Rampant Growth. So
Apparition. That's pretty good.
no,
Or
Vampire. Wildfire. I wish we could play it. We want Vampire here with Creekwood Legion, Bitter Blossom. Do we not?
Sure, yeah.
The first Vampire is really good in this deck.
Yeah.
I love this card. I think it's really underrated in the format.
I think so, too.
No one really knows what to do with it, I feel like.
Yep.
But if this was... there was a draft... I was absent where this was your second
First.
option for second pick or first pick, and you guys passed it, and I was like, oh, I wish... I think if you get it really early, you can really build it up around it, but I don't think we will.
We could have had
this is going to kill all of our creatures and really set us back, and we want to be...
That would have been yeah, we also would have been able to second pick a Swans there, which would have been just hilarious trying to pull off. Yeah, so blue-black is...
Yep, blue-black is wide open.
I'd say there's not really anything else. We're not going to play any of the other things, so I'd either hate the Flash Freeze or grab an Agony Warp just in case something weird happens and we end up blue.
Yeah, but I don't think... I think there's, like... So small. I feel like...
Yeah, then hate the Flash
I would
Freeze.
hate this. Circular Extraction is not playable in the format.
Nope.
You can get these as many of these as you want.
Yeah.
Thrive's not great, so we'll take this. Alright, so we have at least something here we can take.
I'd say it's probably Stickle Ripper.
I think we need a 2-drop.
Yeah.
It's better than this. I don't think we're having enough black to run Sign in Blood, and maybe we'll wheel another one. There were a bunch in here. I think we'd rather have the creature at this
I think so too.
Yeah, nobody is in. That's weird. I think we'd rather have the bat in this deck.
I second that. Yep. If we picked up,
we're not Bloodthirst, which is the deck that really, really wants this, and the bat with Bitter Blossom, is okay. And even casting it on 2 and potentially getting into Activate Our Outcast is good too.
It's a 2/2 with Creekwood. Yeah. Darksteel Citadel still here. Yeah.
All right. So which of these do we hate the most here?
Darksteel Citadel, I think.
I think so. Yeah. So whoever's in Affinity is. This, I'd say between these two. Do you like the Citadel cutting it?
Yeah, I like cutting the Citadel.
And here's our Sign in Blood that we can wheel.
Yep.
That we did wheel. Oh my god.
Just nobody's Affinity, and that's okay.
That's really weird.
That's okay.
And this is the better one.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, and there's an Instill Affection.
And Squirter.
So I'm
very interesting draft.
I'm pretty happy with this deck so far. It's weird. Like, it doesn't have a...
Lacks a Tarmogoyf, but...
It's not a theme. How does it... Oh, I guess.
I was trying
it lacks a card.
I was trying to predict the next card.
I would rather have a Karn than a Tarmogoyf.
Fair enough.
In fact, if we get a foil Karn and a Tarmogoyf, we're picking the foil Karn.
No. I override it. I'm driving tonight, so... no, this deck's alright. I do think Pack 3 is going to be critical for us to kind of flesh out the deck a little bit. It's very possible just we cut red altogether, or maybe just run the Rebirth, because Rebirth is that good. So, alright, so let's see what we got here. What are we missing at the bottom of the forecast? Okay. So, I think there are 3 picks here that I would consider. Rootkin, Bone Splinters, Burst Lightning if we want to stick with red. If we stick with red, my inclination would be to run the Burst Lightning, the Bolt, cut these 2, and probably the Rebirth. We'd probably run the Rebirth as well. Because getting back Creekwood Legion doing 4 damage is so good. It's really good.
I think here I would like to grab the Bone Splitters.
Okay.
But we're going to need to grab more creatures in the future.
Yeah, creatures are very high on our list.
Because at this point we could almost be mono black splashing black or green and red.
Sure.
Like, what do we have that's green?
Yeah,
actually,
we don't
that
have
we
much
want?
that's green. Hey, actually, that's a good observation.
Or could we be red black?
We could be red black. Let's grab this.
So then, what about the Spike Shide Elder get a consideration? Then?
I think it's too mana intensive. I'm gonna take the.
Yeah, but if we're okay.
Okay.
Mortar Pod.
Mortar Pod is good.
Spike
Husk is
Bellows
okay.
is good.
Rampant Growth. Oh, would you say Spike Bellows if we go
Yeah.
red?
Seriously, though, why are we green right now?
It's a good question.
I mean, Creekwood Liege, sure, but if we're almost all black anyways...
Mm-hmm. So if we cut green, well, this would be our high end, but we can still run that off the farm, Rot Farm, and 2 baubles. We would cut Bounty, Hierarch, and that's it. That's only 2 green cards.
Yeah.
Then what's the pick here?
Bellows. Or, yeah, so I'd say Bellows if we want that to be the plan, Mortar Pot if we want to put off the decision. I'm comfortable taking the Bellows here.
Okay. I'm going to move these away. It's temporarily.
The Bat. Or the Infiltrator. And then we're mono black splashing
Blue.
red and blue. Which might, again, that might be better than our Vengeful Rebirth.
Infiltrator's interesting, that's for sure. There's probably nobody else that's... Well, there's probably one other black drafter at the table.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really good at drawing us cards.
And I think we have a good amount of stuff to get it through.
We have no 3 drops.
Yeah. The only problem is that it is a splash card that you want to hit pretty early. Which is one decent knock against it. But I just...
What else are we taking?
Yeah. The bats, and I don't know. That's not great. Sickle Slicer or Grim Affliction or Sickle Ripper are the ones that jump out at me. Or I guess Fiery Fall.
I would say no to the Fiery
Okay.
Fall. I actually like Grim Affliction here.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get another bat, which might wheel.
Yeah,
it's good
my one
with
concern
this.
is that we have 2 Bone Splinters and only 11 creatures right now.
Yeah,
12
I'm
if
aware.
you count. Okay. So that's I think that
You could Sickle Slicer.
that's the way that I think I would kind of lean, but you wouldn't have to talk too hard to get me to take the Grim Affliction.
All right, we'll take the Sickle Slicer. And I think we want this pretty badly.
Yeah, that's a good card for us.
I was just thinking how we hadn't seen Dread Drones.
Yep.
Yeah, so the Dread Drone's going to work well with our Bone Splinters and Bloodthorn Vampire.
Yep. And it gums up the board while we try and win in the air.
Yep. I've never actually played with this card.
Might be okay in our deck.
Turns on the outcasts.
Mm-hmm. I don't...
Puts a clock on them while we're trying to just control the rest of the board.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to reliably cast this on 2 very often.
The other consideration would be Flare Husk for me.
Or Blood Ogre. But again, we're not really beating down.
Yeah. For me, it's between the Imp and the Flare Husk.
The Husk is good with Bone Splinters. And...
It's good with
Vampire.
Bitter Blossom, too.
And Bitter Blossom making 2/2 flyers. I'm going to take the Imp.
Okay.
I've not actually played with it, and I haven't even seen it played that much, so let's give it a shot on our last draft.
Here it's Culling Dice or Grim Affliction for me.
Yeah, that's not bad, eh?
I think, though, we might be running into some creature problems.
I agree. let's take the Affliction. It is good with a couple of our cards, and at the worst, it's just removal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we have enough other stuff.
We have a Reassembling Skeleton, though. Culling Dice with Reassembling Skeleton is pretty good. Bitter Blossom is pretty good.
All right, well, let's give it a shot.
There's a Grim Affliction.
And there's one for us, anyways. Yeah. An Elder Wield? Are we just priced into taking that now? What else are we going to take?
It'd either be that or like the Tezzeret's Gambit.
Or Alloy Mirror. I mean,
Let's grab the... Yeah.
This is... It's... Do we have anything that... We got Sickle Slicer to pump it? Maybe we can get a Flare Husk. If we run this, I don't think we run Infiltrator.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's a Flare Husk.
And, yeah. And there's a Bat.
Sure. Bat seems good.
I think we'd rather run Bat with the Grim
Then
Affliction.
second Sign of Blood, yeah.
Maybe we get another.
I like how that kind of ended up pretty aggressive after a while. Fiery Fall. They would let us run an extra forest. Or an extra... Not forest. Run an extra mountain.
Did I take... Where did it go?
It's over to the right.
It's the 6. Yeah, you're right.
Hate the... I don't know. Hover Guard, I guess, gets in the way of our...
Nobody was in Affinity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm sick of Affinity.
Shouldn't see an Affinity deck, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I think
we saw it a while. I think we saw it about pack 4 or 5, and I talked us out of it because I didn't want to play it.
Spike Shot Elder with Creekwood Liege is like so bad.
Why?
Well, you want double red for this to activate it, but we need 3 black on turn 4.
Yeah, but we have double white Wayfarer's Bauble.
Yeah, but on turn you can't have double red and 3 black on turn 4.
Yeah, well, we can cut the Vengeful Rebirth and the Somber Hover Guard, that's for sure.
This is actually pretty good with Bone Splinters and Bloodthorn Vampire as well. We only saw 1 Bloodthorn Vampire. Very interesting. So what does this look like if we go mono black? Or almost mono black? Like if we did this... I even say...
Yeah, we can cut that.
And went... So that's 23. Like, this is way later in the game we want to cast this, probably. It's very rare we'd want it on turn 3.
Well, and it'd be double red, though, to do it.
Right. The bolt is fine. And we can get the red... we can use these to get what we need. This is fine. I think. It doesn't get in the way of...
What if we...
The only thing it gets in the way of is Sign in Blood, which is fine. I'm just looking at this. I'm not sure.
And I'm thinking my preference would be to lose some of our worse black cards, and do almost mono black, and then splash blue for the Shadow Mage Infiltrator and red for the Lightning Bolt and Spite Bellows. Because the only card that really punishes us on is Creekwood Liege, and I acknowledge that I could punish us on Creekwood Liege. However, Creekwood Liege, as like with the Wayfarer's Bauble, 2 Wayfarer's Baubles, how many non-black sources would we need to put in here to be able to run this with a straight face?
I don't know. 2 is something, but it's not.
Yeah, but it's not like we're playing 2 additional colors. We're splashing 2 things.
I understand.
Okay.
But it means we probably need to run... we'll have to run probably 4 mountains.
4 mountains?
If you... you have a double red cost on the evoke, unless you never plan on evoking this.
Yeah, and I think... I might even cut the Spite Bellows.
Right. Now, if you talk about cutting the Spite Bellows... well, then you actually probably want to run Sickle Ripper over Instill Infection. And that gives us only 12 creatures.
Well,
no,
Bitter
13,
Blossom is
14, 15.
And we do have some kind of low impact creatures with the Reassembling Skeleton. But Spite Bells is kind of more of a removal spell than a creature.
It is.
The other thing we could do is keep the Shadow Mage Infiltrator as a sideboard card once we know that they're not playing artifacts or black. But then I don't really know what we put in.
What's chat saying?
Oh wait, we saw that Hierarch. Oh, we don't have the Hierarch. Never mind. What am I thinking? I'm dumb. Chad is mainly Frank.
Oh,
who likes
Frank.
the mono black-ish build best. I would call all of our builds mono. Which one do you mean by that?
So like, I mean, I'm
I don't. Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely about consistency with this deck.
Mhm.
I've just been burned too many times, like, trying to do a double. I feel like if we're going to do a splash for, like, red, we can do that. But then I would probably run, like, something like this. I'd probably even cut the Sickle Ripper and do, like, Blood Ogre. Something like this, because it's a little more controlling, and you want to get in this way you could run like 5 red sources.
I don't like splashing the Blood Ogre at all.
But I mean, versus like 2/2 first strikers okay on its own.
Not in this format.
Sure it is. Last week we were just talking about how Dragon Soul Knight was at least okay on its own. And then, but I mean, what's Sickle Ripper doing for us?
Sickle Ripper is getting down and holding the fort. This is a tough build. I think.
So, like, what is this? So, what is this deck trying to do? It's just trying to get Bitter Blossom or Creekwood Liege online.
Or it's trying to get grind out value with reassembled skeleton.
Sure.
Suit
Which
up.
only have one of.
Yep. Suit up a big flyer with the Sickle Slicer Flare Husk.
Sure.
This deck needs the truth. What it needs.
Yeah, I mean, the green tokens got cut from us for sure. So someone to our right was definitely in green tokens, possibly to our left too, because we didn't see like Scattered the Seeds, Kozilek. We saw 0 Kozilek Predators, 0 Nest Invaders, 0 Scattered the Seeds.
Yeah, we didn't wheel any of the Thalids either, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even all that good of a card in just the tokens deck, unless you're super heavy convoking.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Alright. So...
I don't like playing... I feel like with this build, I don't like the Spite Bellows, because it's just a big red 6-drop, which is like, what are you doing at that point?
I mean...
At which point, then you're looking at playing something like this.
What about Fiery Fall?
Fiery Fall, which is okay.
I mean, we're almost never land cycling it, but so we want, how many lands do we want? We want 16, right?
Yeah, we want 16, so we still have one more card to add to this.
Yeah.
Which, I don't think it's Elder. I don't think it's Shadow Mage, which leans as one of these red cards, or like random Instill Infection. Or Slaughtermaster, or Blood Ogre.
I guess Blood Ogre would be my vote.
Or Tribal Flames, for 2.
Mainly a shock. Splashing a shock. I guess my vote is Blood Ogre.
Like, it's not we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have enough.
Okay, so my real vote is Shadow-Bladed Infiltrator, but that sounds like it's not on the table.
I just don't like it. Having to run, like, what would you do then? Run one island?
I would just add Shadow Mage Infiltrator with 1 island.
How many swamps? Or how many mountains? Green. We don't know green.
2 sounds good to me. 2 or 3. Yeah, I think 11 black sources is...
Alright, maybe the preview.
Rebirth. Frank wants to play Rebirth.
I think green's too hard for us.
I think so.
We could cut, if we did that, we would cut Shadow Mage and make this a forest. And then we'd have 2 green sources. Rebirth is pretty good.
Rebirth is very good. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to cling to green for so long.
Yeah.
But
we did that. We got a minute.
This is our longest deck building we've had, I think.
It is. Like that. I actually feel better about Rebirth with 2 green sources.
Yeah.
Is it in? It's not in.
No.
Because it can do... We're very likely going to get somewhere between 3 and 5 damage with it and get back... Like, we have to get back this or a fire... I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's reasonable. It's weird that it's our double splash, though. But it's a late game card anyways.
Right, we're not playing until 6. Alright, well, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, and I do think that we should consider the sideboarding in to blue.
It's fine.